Hey guys, what is up? My name is Bob and Fishy, and welcome to a new Pokemon League thing. So this is going to be a new series that I'm doing on my foray into the National Pokemon League, not that National Pokemon League. It's not the big NPL, but it is a National Pokemon League. Anyway, I joined this league because my friend is in it, and I wanted to be in a league with him. And also, they needed a replacement coach. So here I am. So the Hoskins Hoopas are back in action. Now, I did this video, or I'm doing this video post-commentary. I might do live com for the rest of them. I haven't decided, I guess. I was going to do live commentary the whole way through, but I forgot to record. I had just kind of woken up, and the guy was ready to fight, so I said, well, okay, let's do it. So, we'll do live commentary for next time. Anyway, like I said, I am the Hoskins Hoopas. You probably saw the little intro that I made. I'm pretty pleased with it. Yeah, so I'm here. So let's go over my team because my team is pretty cool. So here's the Hoskins Hoopas team. I've got Zygarde 50%, Toxapex, Rotom-Mow, Swellow, Torkoal, Lycanroc Midday, Mega Bayonet, Jirachi, Tangrowth, Togekiss, and Passimian. Now let me go over what I kind of was thinking. I did have a little bit of help from the main guy in this league, AZ. He was kind of helping me out drafting. I haven't drafted in like a year and a half, guys. But anyways, what I decided to go with, Zygarde 50% obviously is a very, very dangerous Dragon type sweeper, Dragon Ground. It is super weak to Ice, but you know, that happens sometimes. We've got Toxapex. Well, actually, okay, let me go back a little bit. So Zygarde is my dragon. I've got a fairy type in Togekiss, who is just kind of a good all-arounder. It's got recovery. It's got kind of support moves, so good on that. I've got Jirachi as my steel. So I've got a nice little fairy dragon steel type of thing going on. Jirachi, obviously, super duper handy. It's got can Wish Pass, can set up rocks, it can U-turn, can just do all sorts of fun stuff. And then, of course, Iron Head. I've got little double flinchy guys there, so yeah, I can't complain about that. But, so that's my Dragon Fairy Steel Core. For my Fire, Water, Grass, I always like to have all three cores. I actually have two different grasses. I've got Rotom-Mow and Tangrowth. Both of those kind of fill different roles. Rotom-Mow obviously has some interesting support options, can like Trick, Wisp, that sort of thing. Tangrowth is just very bulky. It's got Regenerator, can run AV, can run all sorts of different stuff. So I like having both of those as options. And then I've also got Toxapex as my water, another regenerator Pokemon. So I've got a nice little bulky regenerator core there. Can't complain about that. Toxapex is also, it's water poison, so it can set up like T-spikes as well as, I think, regular spikes. But obviously, I'm a toxic spikes guy. So just hazard stacking, very handy. Can do Slad, can do a couple of different things. So, you know, no complaints there. Toxapex is pretty good. And then for my fire, he's pretty... I'm going to be honest, Torkoal's the weak link here, but he's still okay. So he's a fire type. He sets up Sun when he switches in, which is pretty good, just because it like boosts his fire moves. And Tangrowth also gets Chlorophyll. Don't tell anybody. I might bring that set at some point, but that probably won't be too much of an issue. But he does get Rapid Spin, he gets Stealth Rocks, and he gets Shell Smash if he wants to do that. So I figured, you know what? If I bring him, I bring him. If I don't, I don't. He's a low tier Pokemon anyway. But that's my that'll round off the fire or the grass, water, fire thing. And so for my Mega, I decided to go with Mega Bayonet. A couple of reasons. First off was because it would give me extra points to draft other really good stuff. And then also because I really like just using Mega Bayonet in general. I think is really fun. He's got a lot of cool support moves, so definitely wanted to pick him up. He was still available, and there weren't any other Megas that I really wanted. There were a couple that I could have taken, but I like Mega Bayonet. So for I have another flyer. I've got Swellow. I wanted to have something fast, and Swellow's pretty fast, so he's pretty good. He was a little bit more expensive points-wise than I would have liked. I usually look at him as like a tier 4, but whatever. If I can get him to work, I can get him to work, and if not, it's no biggie. I also, for other fast things, I have Lycanroc Midday. Now, if you guys don't know all the different Lycanroc forms off the top of your head, I don't blame you. Lycanroc Midday is a little bit weaker than Lycanroc Dusk and Lycanroc Nighttime thing. But he does have the highest speed out of the three of them. He's got 112 base speed, so he slightly outspeeds Lycanroc Dusk and a lot of other stuff. He's actually just a very good speed tier, 112. He also gets Rock-type priority in the form of Accelerock, and a very good Z move in the form of Shattered Storm Shards, which I swear is very difficult to say. So yeah, he's pretty good. He's always been one of my favorite draft Pokemon, especially because in this league he's a tier 5. He's usually a tier 4, so when I saw him in tier 5, I was like, having that. So very, very pleased to have him. And then last but not least, I do have Passimian. Now, he was I wasn't really sure what to expect when I was drafting him, but I figured that he would be pretty good. So I ended up picking him up. He's mono fighting, but he gets U-turn. He's got pretty good HP, good attack, pretty good defense, and decent speed. You can Scarf him, Choice Band. He can do a lot of different things. Now, there were a couple of other fighting types in the tier that I was looking at, but Passimian, well, there weren't a lot of good ones left, if I'm honest. But Passimian seemed pretty good. I've used him in like random battles and stuff, and he always does okay. So I figured I would pick him up, see what happens. If I don't like him, I can trade him off. So whatever. But yeah, that's the team. I think it's pretty good looking, if I'm honest. It doesn't have the base stat total that some of my opponents do, and I'm a little bit light on special attackers, but I can do stuff. So let's go ahead and look at my opponent's team for week 1. It's right over here. He is the Southern Swallots, and yeah, he's got Salamence, Magnezone, Lycanroc Dusk, Gastrodon, Mismagius, Credilli, Mega Houndoom, Staraptor, Virizion, Sylveon, and Rabombi. I actually really like Rabombi. I've never drafted it, though. I should sometime. But anyway, my opponent drafted Salamence first. I think he was like the 3rd overall pick, and he picked up Salamence. So he really likes it, apparently. So, like, before I do anything else with that, when I'm prepping my team, bring a Salamence counter. Like, that was first and foremost on my list. Luckily, I do have the Lycanroc, who has Rock-type priority, as well as, like, Stone Edge. So it'll outspeed him normally, and if he sets up or is at +1, I can still kind of Accelerock him and knock him down a little bit. So Salamence is definitely on the priority things to counter. Next up, Magnezone here. Yeah, very, very dangerous analytic thing. I figured that was probably coming. I've got Jirachi, so if he can trap that, he's going to look to. So he's also got Lycanroc Dusk. Like I said, my Lycanroc hits a little bit less hard, but is faster, so I've got... And it also costs like 60 points less, so I'm thinking I got the better deal on that. But Lycanroc, it will be dangerous. Gastrodon, it's a water ground, so I can potentially scare it with my grass types. But it'll be an issue. It's pretty bulky. Mismagius, it's pretty good overall. I wasn't really sure if I had to deal with it too much, but whatever. I figured he probably wouldn't even bring it. Cradily, I'm not going to say it's bad, but he's got a better grass type in Virizion. Virizion, actually, when I was looking at the teams, was probably going to be my biggest problem. I do have Mega Bayonet, and I've got, like, Swellow, but I don't know, Virizion can be very dangerous. It's very fast, and it's very bulky on the special side, so we're just looking out for that. He's got Staraptor. Obviously, like I said, my Lycanroc's going to be able to deal with that pretty well. Mega Houndoom. It hits hard, but if I can get Lycanroc in, it'll kill it. So, yeah, that's pretty good. Sylveon. Sylveon is very bulky on the special side, and if you max out its physical bulk, it's pretty bulky on the physical side too. It's got Cleric things, it's got Hyper Voice. It's just a good Pokemon, so I'm going to have to watch out for that thing. And Rabombi could potentially set up on me, but like I said, I've got Lycanroc. He's coming to this battle, and it actually like counters like half of his stuff. Even more than that if I put Droron on it, which, spoiler alert, I did. So let's go ahead and look at my team. Team right here. Lycanroc, first one on the team. I decided to go with Lycanium Z. Oh, by the way, my Z captains. I forget what his were, but mine are, what did I put him on? I think I put it on Zygarde and Lycanroc. That sounds right. Actually, let's find out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I put it on Zygarde and Lycanroc. Yep. So he could potentially be the what you call it, the Z captain. So yeah, Lycanium Z. I have it set to speed creep his Lycanroc, and I think that's pretty much everything else is also being speed crept there. But Stone Edge, which will be boosted by the Lycanium Z, Accelerock, Sword Stance, and Drill Run. I figured if I could take out his Virizion and potentially the Cradily, I would probably be able to sweep with this, like late game. I've got Jirachi with leftovers, Serene Grace, U-Turn, Stealth Rocks, Iron Head, Ice Punch. The Ice Punch obviously is just there for Salamence, and it can hit Virizion as well. But U-Turn, I just didn't want to get trapped. Stealth Rocks, he doesn't really have a lot of great removal. And Iron Head to potentially just flinch things. Next up, Passimian. He's just Choice Scarfed. In retrospect, I should have put U-Turn on this, but I went with Close Combat, Iron Head, Aerial Ace, and Rock Slide. That was just to make sure that I could hit everything. But like I said, U-Turn would have definitely been a better idea on the Choice Scarf set. So, food for thought. I'll keep that in mind for later. Next up is Toxapex. I went Black Sludge, Regenerator, Physical Defense, because I was really worried about the, the Salamence. Even though I could, knock it down later, I just didn't want it setting up on me too much. So, Toxic Spikes, Haze for the Salamence. Ice Beam and Sclad. So, and I don't know. There probably were better ways to deal with that thing, but whatever. That's just what I thought of. Tangrowth, this was definitely a mistake this set. I just maxed out HP and special attack and put 4 into attack, which was bad. You'll see why. But I just threw on moves and an assault vest. Like I said, I haven't played in a while, so this was the first set that came to my mind, and I didn't really think about calcing things and refining it and all that stuff. So I'll do that for next time. But yeah, you'll see. It was pretty bad. And then last up, Zygarde. I have a Haban Berry on it. That's the Dragon Resist one. Or if you would be hit with a super effective Dragon attack, it'll cancel out the super effectiveness of it. I debated between that or the Fairy one, but I figured the Dragon one. Again, I was worried about the Salamence because I figured that would be what the guy built his team around. Because, like I said, he drafted it first overall. Or first for him, I think. So I figured just make sure I can deal with it. That was the logic there. And I speed creep everything after a Dragon Dance was the set. But I don't know. The set doesn't hit Virizion at all. I'll have to, if I play this guy again, I'll have to think about my sets. So, let's go ahead and check out the game. So my opponent brings Sylveon, Magnezone, his Lycanroc, the Dusk one, his Mega Houndoom. Mega rules for this league. You don't have to Mega as soon as you come in. As long as your Pokemon is holding the Mega Stone, you can Mega whenever you want, which I think is probably the best Mega rule. I am entirely in favor of that, so yeah, cool. Good on you. So Mega Houndoom, Gastrodon, he went with the blue one, and then Salamence. So I'll have to scout the Salamence set, I'll have to scout the Magnezone set, and I'll just try to knock everything else down. But if I can deal with Gastrodon, my Lycanroc actually just really, really hurts him. So that'll be good. That's my thought process. So let's go ahead and check out what happened. So I'm going to lead with my Passimian. I figured he would probably lead with his Magnezone or his Lycanroc. I was wrong. He leads with his Gastrodon and throws a Toxic my way. Again, if I had U-Turn on this set, I'd have been able to chip him. I'd be able to scout his item. It would have just been great, man. I should have had it. Here, I make a prediction. I go Earthquake, figuring that Mr. El Diablo is going to be coming in. So that was good on me. I'm going to go right into Toxapex. No point staying in on a Houndoom, especially at this point because it's got nothing to lose. He misses a Fire Blast, which is unfortunate, but probably wouldn't have done much. Dark Pulse does a butt ton, though. I just set up a layer of Toxic Spikes. I figured he would probably switch out, but you never know. Well, I figured there was a chance he would switch out. Phrase that better. So here he gets a flinch with his Dark Pulse, which I think is more than justice for the miss with the Fire Blast. And it puts me in a little bit of an awkward situation because I can't survive another one. So I'm going to go into Passimian. If I had U-turn, oh, it would have been so good. But I don't. So here I just Iron Head. He's actually going to go into his own Sylveon at this point. I'm not really sure what's up with that. Maybe he figured he could just take one and hurt me back, but like the poison would have been wearing him down. I don't know. It wouldn't have been what I did. I'll say that. So I bring in Jirachi. Figured this thing's definitely coming in. I love the name Watsky. I love Watsky as well. So I U-turn out, I go into Tangrowth, and here I overpredict. I'll let you know right now. I thought for sure Salamence was going to come in, so I go HP Ice. He hits me with a hidden power, presumably Fire, and just does a butt ton to me. He is Specs. So that really stinks. Now, I really wanted to save the Tangrowth. I probably, in retrospect, shouldn't have, but I wanted it for the Gastrodon. So, yeah, that was definitely a mistake there. Bringing in Passimian, again, if I had U-turn, although I really wouldn't have U-turned there. I already got burned by overpredicting once, so didn't want to let that happen again. So I bring in Tox here, and he goes Z-Fly thing. Yeah, Z-Fly, and almost takes me out. And at this point, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to Ice Beam just so you don't Dragon Dance. But I did see that he had Intimidate and not Moxie, so we know that much at least. So Passimian's going to come in, and this is pretty much just death fodder, but I wanted to Rock Slide him and just knock his health down, so that way I would for sure be able to kill him with Lycanroc. And he actually locks himself into Outrage here. I'm not really sure what was up with that, but I'm just going to be able to kill him with the Accelerock, so no complaints. So now the only thing really stopping my Accelerock from sweeping is this thing. So he's going to bring that in. I'm going to go into Rachi, figuring he might just go Ice Beam, but he does the safe play. He goes Scald. So yeah, at this point, I'm just looking to get some damage in with Jirachi, so I go Stealth Rocks, and then I'm just going to go Ice Punch. A little bit of a waste, if I'm honest, but I wanted to get the Stealth Rocks up to chip things as they come in, especially if he puts a Sash on his Lycanroc. I wanted to make sure that I break that, so that my Lycanroc can one-shot it no matter what. So yeah, basically just wanted to get those rocks up. I got a little bit of damage with the Ice Punch, and I'm going to bring in Tangrowth here. And here I should have gone... Well, actually, it doesn't really matter what I do. But again, my bad Tangrowth set is going to show its ugly face again. I go Earthquake, it doesn't do anything. I don't have knockoff on this set, so I can't even get rid of his leftovers. He goes Heal Bell. Look at this. Ready? Poison Jab. Super effective, right? I think this is going to do at least like 30%. Doesn't even. So... yeah, at this point, I'm actually in a bad position. This Sylveon is, if it had, I think it has Wish, but like if it had just gone Wish, I would have actually been in an awful situation. But he decides to Hyper Voice, which actually gives me a really good opportunity to go into Lycanroc. I can survive one hit from this thing, so I go Swords Dance, and he actually protects to try and just get a little bit of HP back. And at this point, he's not, like his Sylveon's obviously not surviving. I don't want to miss, so I just click Z. Because I feel like missing is something that I would do at this point. But yeah, at this point I can just kill him. Okay, I'll actually pause this right here. Yeah, so in comes Gastrodon. I only have Drill Run to hit it with. Now, I can survive a hit from it. No matter, I'm pretty sure I can like take anything it throws at me. But it'll put him in KO range from the Zygarde. So I can, you know, like hit him back with that. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to hit it with a Drill Run. And I was actually surprised here. He goes Recover, and that's not going to heal up enough for him. So he's going to have to try to attack me eventually here. And I actually do hit a crit with my Drill Run. Yeah, he wasn't going to heal off enough to be able to just recover forever. Drill Run has a high crit rate. And at this point, I'm just going to clean up with Lycanroc. But yeah, it was one of those things where he would have had to hit me eventually. But, you know, it is what it is. So Lycanroc is going to get 4 KOs. I didn't actually bring in my Zygarde, and I played bad with my Tangrowth. Is basically the takeaways from this game. But I feel like I got it. Like I saw like how the path to victory at the end there. So I think for my next game, I'll be able to plan a little bit better, hopefully. So, yeah, really hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave me comments, I guess, and I will see you later. Bye, guys.